ComicsVerse, CV, so, Halloween special? Where did all this come about? Why are you guys deciding to do a special now? Zeb Wells, ZW, well, I don't know how old you guys are, but when I was growing up, those Halloween specials were so cool because you waited all year for them. You couldn't rent them or stream them. You had to be there when they were airing. So I think, to me, just if someone says, hey, here's an opportunity to do a Christmas special, or here's an opportunity to do a Halloween special, the 8-year-old in me will not allow me to say no to that. It's going to be an instant yes. And I will make as many of them as you want. CV, nice. ZW, and I think that's why the Halloween special has 4 different Halloween Y stories going on at the same time, because we wanted to make as many Halloween specials. We couldn't just choose one idea. We wanted to do all of them. CV, I saw you have the Jason reference and all that. ZW, yeah. That was fun. CV, what's the contrast between Robot Chicken and SuperMansion? How do you split the ideas of what's going to be more appropriate for which one? ZW, I think now that SuperMansion's been around a while and the characters are more defined, a lot of the comedy is just springing out of their characters or the voices that we've developed with the actors. And with Robot Chicken, it's more feasible to do a joke that's just like a Robot Chicken joke, only has to be funny for 15 seconds, right? And then if you run out of ideas or you don't know where the joke's going, you just pull the ripcord and you do a channel flip and then you're out of it. No one ever has to know that you didn't have anything else to say about the joke. Where with SuperMansion, the concepts and the jokes have to be a little meatier because they have to sustain for an entire episode, you know. And they have to work within the context of the characters you've already created. CV, so you feel like SuperMansion's a bit more complex than Robot Chicken in that sense? ZW, yeah. And mostly because you're not allowed to just bail if your joke isn't working. There's no escape hatch. CV, how is it for you, all these people that you've probably admired as a kid and all the toys and heroes, and now you're making your life out of it? Robot Chicken and SuperMansion, they all came from childhood inspirations. How is it coming back to these things, you know, at this age? ZW, yeah, it feels really great, you know. When I was a kid, flipping the channels, if you flipped by, say, the DC Universe show, and I can't remember the name right now, but it had Aquaman and Superman. CV, Super Friends. ZW, when you were a kid, all you had to do was see one frame of that, and you're like, oh, I'm watching this, because there was just something about these men and women in colorful outfits that was like crack to a 5-year-old brain. So the fact that I can still get high on this stuff from my childhood is so much fun. At the end of season 1, we did a photo shoot with all the puppets, and they just laid out all of the characters from the season on the table. And that was a big moment for me, because I just saw all the characters. I thought if I was a kid and saw all these characters laid out, I would be like, oh, I want to know what the hell's going on here. And so that felt really good. CV, nice. CV, how was it to get Bryan to do a full TV show with you guys? He's on guest appearances on Robot Chicken and everything, but the full show with you guys? How did that come about? ZW, it came about, we were looking for a Bryan Cranston type for a long time. We had looked at a few people, and it needed the gravitas to it. And it's hard to find somebody with gravitas, but also has really great comedic timing. Then we were like, well, Cranston was on Breaking Bad, but he was also on Malcolm in the Middle. He has the comedy chops. And luckily, we looked at our Robot Chicken list and saw that he had done Robot Chicken. So we knew that he was great with voices. Then, we shared an agent with him who was able to get the script to him. And he read it on a plane ride. And he just responded to the script. So I think it was like getting him to read it first and then hoping that he found it funny. And thank goodness he did. And then he called us when he landed and said, I'd love to not only do the voice, but go out with you guys and be a producer on it. And so, with his pedigree, it really helped the show get made. So, we owe a lot to his, not only to the quality of the show with him coming on, but just the existence of the show, to his influence. CV, nice. ZW, yeah.